Hi, once again, welcome to Temperatures Tech Hub. Temperatures Tech Hub. Okay, so in this video, we are going to look at how the alphabet game was developed. How the alphabet game was developed. So, this is the interface where the whole thing was developed. But before that, in case you may want to find out how I got here, all right. So, if you want to find out how I got here, this is how it was done. Now you first need to install your Unity Hub on your computer or your laptop. So you launch it, you launch the Unity Hub, and then you have this interface here. So this is the Unity Hub interface with so many features. And the Unity Hub contains all the games you have created, all the projects you have created. You have them listed here, just as I have mine. So these are the games I have created. So how do you get this? How do you create a game or how do you create a project? You start by simply clicking on new project. So you click on new project and then you select either 2D or 3D, and you can select any of these, but the most commonest used ones are the 2D and then the 3D. So for the game we are going to navigate through, it was developed using 2D. So when you select 2D, then you get here, the default name for the project is my project, my project. So over here, you rename my project to suit the kind of game you are creating or you are developing. So the name of your game appears here. So you delete this and then you rename it to suit your name. Okay. And then once that is done, then you click on create project, create project, create project. So basically that is it. So it will process and create a new project for you. Then when it is created, you have this interface here, this interface here. Okay, so let's simply go through the features of our interface. So we have the hierarchy view. So basically the hierarchy view is where you start your project. You create anything you want. Here we create objects, we create scenes, we create whatever. So upon creating it, anything you click on over here, if you want to adjust it or do any editing to it, it moves from the hierarchy view to the inspector view. This is inspector. So we have the inspector view here. So what I have clicked on, if I want to do any editing, it will be done here. It will be done here. Okay. And then we have the scene mode. The scene mode simply gives us this interface. The interface here, that is the scene mode. So over here, once you are creating the game, this is the interface that appears to you. And then when you are done, or if you want to preview to see how your game will look like when you run it or when you are done, then you click game over here. So you switch from scene to game. So we have game here. So this simply gives us an interface of or a preview of how the final game will look like. So if upon having this view and I want to change anything, then I will simply go back to scene mode and then whatever arrangement, whatever editing I want to do, I only click that object and then do it. All right. And then this space here is called, so over here is called a project window, the space here. All right. And then everything here is what we call the assets. We have our assets here. And then the assets are the various object scripts, which are the codes, the anything, the sound that we used in, or that will be used in creating the game. So they all lie here. All right. Now let's get into it. Basically how the game was created. So you start by right clicking on the hierarchy view. So you right click here and then you select this. Once you place your cursor on this, you have so many options to choose from depending on what you are creating. So I have canvas. So per this game, the first thing I selected here was canvas, which gave me this, and then I renamed it to game canvas. So I right clicked on this again and then selected UI and again canvas. So and I had so I chose panel and then I edited it or renamed it to background panel. So I click on this UI and then panel. So upon clicking the panel, it gives a default name and then um, I rename it to panel. So I right click on that again and then I created letter slots. So for instance, if I click on A, that is the A here. So if I want to reposition my A, if I want to reposition the A or anything, this is where it will be done. So I click it here. When it gets here, I can edit it. And then the lower cases, the lower cases, they are also here. So if I click on A, I have the A here. If I click on letter H, I have the H here. Anything. So let's I want to move letter J from its original position. So I'm moving it. Okay, I'm moving it. Very good. And as you can see, we have the green arrow here pointing to the top and then the red arrow. So these arrows basically help us in the movement of our game or the movement of the alphabet. So if you want to move anything while creating the game, it is the help of these two arrows. So this red one goes horizontal way and then the green goes vertically. So if you want to move up, you use that. You click on it and then you move up. And if you want to go horizontally, you click on the red arrow and then you move horizontally or you move sideways. So basically that is how it is done. Then I created another object for correct sound, for incorrect sound, and then score manager. So the score manager is responsible for this, that's the score text. And then the incorrect sound also is what played, the sound that played when you drag the small letter on an incorrect upper case alphabet. And so basically that is how the game was created. And then these are the scripts. The scripts are the codes behind the game. So you apply the various codes to whatever object which you are supposed to. So the codes, without the codes, the game will not run the way it is. So the codes are what we call the script here. So these hashtag things, they are all the codes that helped in creating the game. So without the codes, you will not have the game working properly. It may not even function because the movement, the drag and drop, everything is controlled by the codes.